How does you're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay,
Well, we're gonna know. In the least amount of fights, you know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights,
Yes, you did.
who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
When Terence Crawford boldly claimed, "I'd stop Floyd easier than I stopped Spence," it sent shockwaves through the boxing world. And no one reacted more strongly than Floyd Mayweather Jr. himself after his dominant win over Errol Spence Jr.
In a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Within hours, Floyd Mayweather Jr. fired back on social media. Smooth, subtle, and ice cold as always. But behind the composed words and trademark poker face, insiders claim he was furious. For the first time in years, someone didn't just measure themselves against him. They outright said they'd beat him. And not just beat him, but stop him dead. SOES. Floyd heard Terence Crawford loud and clear. And his reaction wasn't just about ego. It was about legacy, pride, and the uneasy reality that the sport he once dominated might now belong to someone else. The moment that sparked it all aired on a major boxing podcast just 2 nights ago. Crawford, coming off his historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, was asked a hypothetical question most fighters avoid. If you and Floyd were both in your prime, how would that fight play out? Crawford leaned back, smiled, and delivered the line that split boxing Twitter in two. "I'd stop Floyd easier than I stopped Errol Spence Jr. He's great, but I'm greater." That single statement exploded instantly. Within minutes, hashtags like Crawford versus Floyd and GOAT debate were trending worldwide.
Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me?
Oh shit! Okay, I'm just asking.
man.
Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
But what truly rattled people wasn't just Terence Crawford's confidence. It was how believable it sounded. When you examine his resume, when you see how he dismantled Errol Spence Jr. and how he neutralized Canelo Alvarez, Crawford doesn't come across as delusional. He comes across as calculated. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows that.
Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Here's the reality. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has spent his entire post-retirement run controlling the narrative. Every exhibition, every interview, every headline, all carefully crafted to keep the spotlight on him. But in 2025, that hold feels like it's slipping. While Floyd prepares to face Mike Tyson in what many see as a nostalgia showcase, Terence Crawford is out there adding real chapters to boxing history.
Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
He's not chasing paydays. He's chasing greatness. And that's what stings Floyd Mayweather Jr. the most.
And I'm going to get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And honestly, I thought Crawford was going to have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather is the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now, heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. No, but that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that. And not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like.
For years, critics argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr. built his career on perfect timing, waiting out opponents, selecting the ideal moments, maximizing profits while minimizing danger. And to a large extent, they weren't wrong. He was a business mastermind, but that brilliance always carried an asterisk. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford is taking the opposite path. He's stepping in with dangerous fighters at their peak. He's climbing weight divisions. He's embracing risks Floyd never did. And now he's calling Floyd out, not for attention, but for legitimacy.
Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion. 3 times over, 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept it different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, masterful fight.
But here's where it gets even more interesting. Sources close to Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s camp say he feels disrespected, not just because of the comment, but because of who delivered it. Remember, Floyd helped shape Gervonta Davis. He mentored him, guided him, and built much of his promotional empire around loyalty. But Terence Crawford never needed Floyd. He never trained under him, never signed with him, never subscribed to his system. He rose to superstardom on his own terms, something very few fighters have managed to do.
His excuse, I beat this guy, and he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really gonna give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. We really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. And I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, so I just think, when you that much better than the competition, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was.
And that independence is exactly why Floyd Mayweather Jr. feels uneasy. One promoter told us Floyd sees flashes of himself in Terence Crawford, just without the control. Crawford is achieving what Floyd once did, only without the politics attached. And that's the issue. Floyd doesn't like being measured against a potential successor. He prefers being the standard no one can duplicate.
There's no fighter that will ever be better than me. There's no fighter that wasn't better than me before me or after me or when I'm long gone.
But Terence Crawford isn't trying to copy him. He's rewriting the playbook.
He ranked now, all time. Ending this interview.
#1 and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation, from Floyd's generation to this generation, to get to see it come. That's just like, we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So
now let's look at what makes this debate so divisive. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the most untouchable fighter of his era. He rarely lost rounds, let alone fights, and his defensive brilliance made top punchers look like amateurs. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. He welcomes chaos and then dominates it. He doesn't just outpoint opponents, he systematically breaks them down.
We live in right now. If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
When Terence Crawford faced Errol Spence Jr., fans anticipated a war. Instead, they witnessed a masterclass in controlled violence. Crawford dismantled him methodically, scored 3 knockdowns, and finished the fight with surgical precision.
The fight will be like that, but I thought it will finish 12 rounds. But Crawford he did a good job.
Is Crawford time for pound number one? Time for pound number one?
I think so.
Pretty
much. I don't think.
Did you feel like they need a rematch, Manny, after what you saw tonight?
I don't know if there's a rematch.
That's what we gotta go.
It's kind of a one-sided fight.
Does this fight make Terence Crawford an all-time great in your eyes?
Well, he's still in his career, so he's prime in his career, so we'll see. We'll see the journey of his.
That's the type of performance Floyd Mayweather Jr. never showed against top-tier opponents. Sure, Floyd outboxed Canelo Alvarez, but that was a younger Canelo, 2 or 3 years from his prime. Crawford, however, defeated Canelo 2 weight divisions above him. That's why many modern analysts are speaking openly. Terence Crawford might actually be better than Floyd ever was. Even legends are weighing in. Roy Jones Jr. commented, "If you're talking skill for skill, Floyd was smoother. But if you're talking complete dominance, Crawford's doing something we've never seen."
Mention great fighters, right? 90% of the great fighters are black. The ones from the pack. Now, with the Eastern Bloc coming on like they are, there's going to be some great ones coming on now. Even with Lil Tony, as you see, these guys are going to be great. They're going to start eclipsing and coming up there too. But right now, if you had to name 5 of the best fighters of all time, 4 of them are going to be black. You understand me? Who did he beat that was black in his prime, that was in their prime, that was on his level?
Max Kellerman summed it up perfectly. Floyd fought for control, while Terence Crawford fights for glory. That's the key difference.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
Crawford did amazing, he a legend, man. 3-time undisputed, you got to take his hat up to him. He went up 2 weight classes and dominated a legend, so my hat goes up to him and he's all respect.
Do you think Canelo is the same guy that he was before? Did he completely fallen off?
Canelo's Canelo, you know what I mean? Canelo's a legend, bro. You gotta, at the end of the day, whatever happened that fight, I don't diminish his career, his image. You feel me? I think right now, he's at that time where he took an L, but he ain't take an L, you know what I'm saying? He got paid and he a legend at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So if he want to walk over in the sunset right now, his name, his last name is in the cement. You know what I'm saying? As one of the greatest Mexican fighters in the world.
I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but Crawford does have all the titles. You're a really big name. He's kind of in your way right now a little bit. Is that a fight where you're just like, yeah, me and him can get it on for sure?
Not for sure. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? We don't duck no smoke. But right now, I'm focused on my comeback fight, you know what I'm saying? I gotta put my head down, whatever happened in my last fight is cool, but that ain't dim my light at all, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a superstar, I'm still a star, I'm still the king of New York, man, I'm fly, I look good, I fight good, man, so, I'm just...
Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has stayed on the defensive, citing his 50-0 record, his earnings, pay-per-view stats, and business empire. Terence Crawford, however, isn't focused on numbers. He's focused on legacy. That's what makes this feel like a passing of the torch, even if Floyd refuses to surrender it. That Floyd's era was about perfection. Crawford's era is about evolution. Floyd avoided defeat by avoiding unnecessary risks. Crawford might lose one day, but only because he dared to risk everything.
But we both been out there, they say he's over the hill. But then when Pacquiao fights him, they say, oh, this is the greatest thing we ever seen. So then when I fight Hatton, they say I'm too big for Hatton. But then they say,
No, nobody said that. You got full credit for both of those wins, Floyd. That's why you became a superstar.
No, I did not.
Yes,
no,
you
I
did.
did not. No,
sure
I did
you
not.
did. From
are
me,
you gonna
I gave you full credit. If you're talking to me now, I gave you full credit for that.
Am I gonna speak my piece or not?
Go ahead.
I gonna speak my piece or not?
Go ahead.
Okay, because you want to interview me. I ain't interviewing you. You want to talk to me. I don't worry about talking.
Floyd,
you want to talk
go ahead.
to me.
I'm waiting on you.
So then when I fight Hatton, they said, oh, Mayweather is too big for Hatton. But then Marquez and Pacquiao can fight, it's no problem. But now, but I'm too big for Marquez. I'm too big for Marquez, but I'm not too big for Pacquiao. Which one is it?
Well,
which one is it?
Which one is it?
Which one is it?
It's that Pacquiao was 130 pounds and he keeps moving out. And
That's the difference between an icon and a legend. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows it. It's why he's resurfacing in interviews, calling out new fighters chasing attention, and reminding everyone of his billions and business acumen. When the conversation turns to greatness, Floyd doesn't like the direction it's heading. You can't fight Father Time, and you can't fight the future, but what happens next? Rumors suggest Floyd might give a sit-down interview to set the record straight, which usually means highlighting his undefeated record and massive earnings. But that won't stop the Terence Crawford momentum. Fans are already rewriting the narrative. To them, Crawford isn't chasing Mayweather anymore. He's replacing him. The face of modern boxing once belonged to Floyd's smirk under the lights. Now it's Crawford's cold stare beneath championship gold. And the wildest part? Floyd unintentionally helped make it happen. By setting the standard for so long, he gave Crawford a blueprint to surpass it. Respect is still due. Floyd Mayweather Jr. changed boxing forever, built an empire, defeated every name of his era, and earned more than any fighter in history. But Terence Crawford is redefining greatness. He's not undefeated, but he's undisputed. 3 times over. He's not fighting for fame. He's fighting for legacy. When Floyd says there are levels to this, maybe he's right. But perhaps the levels have shifted. What once was the ceiling for greatness is now Crawford's floor.
I do. You do? Yes. Yes, sir. I love you, Terrence. Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master. Yeah, his IQ in that success is crazy.
Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else?
There's an OG somewhere.
Somebody gotta pioneer, right?
Yeah,
you gotta.
There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG.
Now the world is watching. Terence Crawford has already mentioned he has a few fights left before retirement. Possibly Jermall Charlo, maybe a rematch with Canelo Alvarez, or even a move up to 160 pounds for one final title.
Trainer, do you feel like you should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
you know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Training camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
You think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
Every move Terence Crawford makes from here on adds weight to his case. Make no mistake, this isn't just a debate anymore. It's a power shift. The king of the old era versus the king of the new. One protected his legacy. The other builds his through chaos. One fought to retire rich. The other fights to retire remembered.
Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And in the end, maybe that's what's getting to Floyd Mayweather Jr. The man who could theoretically beat him doesn't need to prove it. He already has .so. Fight fans, what do you think? Was Floyd's response justified? Or did Terence Crawford just show that the throne has officially changed hands? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real talk. I'll catch you in the next video.